graduation, she's undecided on her plans, but still has plenty of time to decide. Her favorite Bible verse is Isaiah 41:10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. It reminds me that when I'm in God's presence, I don't have to be afraid. Barrett is the son of Alvin and Kai Bowen. He plays football, basketball, and is active in student council and the Junior National Honor Society. Upon graduation, he plans to attend medical school. His favorite Bible verse is also Isaiah 41:10. Jenna Quaddy and Barrett Bowen. Sophomore attendance, Reagan Miller and Justin Boney. Reagan is the daughter of Mark and Rebecca Miller. She is active in tennis and the art club. After graduation, she plans to attend MSSU and study psychology. Her favorite verse of the Bible is Song of Solomon 4:7. You are altogether beautiful, my love. There is no flaw in you. Justin is the son of Muchin Gitwa and Julie Boney. He is active in soccer, basketball, baseball, and the math league. After high school, he plans to go into sports management. He's considering many universities, including the University of Michigan. His favorite verse is Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Reagan Miller and Justin Boney. Junior attendance, Tegan Martinez and Nick Pfeffer. Tegan is the daughter of Lauren Hall. She is involved in the Spiritual Life Committee and softball. After graduation, she plans to become either a child forensic therapist or pediatric occupational therapist. Her favorite verse is Hebrews 13:8. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Nick is the son of Sean Pfeffer and Patrice Graham. On graduation, he would like to become a skydiving instructor. His favorite verse is John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life. Tegan Martinez and Nick Pfeffer. Senior candidates, London Edson and Tate Angel. London is the daughter of Austin and Sarah Edson. She is active in soccer, tennis, National Honor Society, and the Spiritual Life Committee. After graduation, she plans to attend the University of Arkansas and major in business marketing in the fashion industry. Her favorite verse is Proverbs 12:25. Anxiety weighs down the heart, but a kind word cheers it up. Tate is the son of wants to be a veterinarian or a hair and makeup artist. Miles is the son of Eric and Sarah Polly. He likes to play baseball, football, and basketball. He enjoys spending time with his family and friends. When he grows up, he wants to play in the NBA. If that doesn't work out, his second choice would be playing baseball. That was Miles and Skylar. And now for the moment we've all been waiting for. Your fall homecoming king and queen of New Heights Christian Academy are Isabella Quaddy and Tate Angel. y'all are parked in a non-parking spot, we have been notified by authorities that you will be ticketed and potentially towed. So if you are parked in a non-parking spot, please move your car. Thank you.
New Heights Christian Academy.
New Heights, same biblical focus. New Heights, same academic drive.
We will continue to shape articulate, confident Christians ready to step into the world with a strong moral compass, secure in themselves and their beliefs.
Taking Christian education to new heights.
Academy. Game tonight against Appleton City. It's good to have you guys join us. Thanks for you guys that are joining us online or watching this for posterity purposes here. Sometime watching your son play football in the future. We're excited to have you guys here. Got a good game tonight against the 8th ranked in the state, Appleton City. Last week the Cougars came off a great win. We are currently 3-1, came off a great win against Liberal, beating them at their place 72-14. Appleton City, they're also coming off a a win against Rich Hill, who we had played earlier in the year, 58-20. For you guys that were there last week, were able to watch. You watched a great, exciting offensive, really just kind of a dominant performance by the Cougars. Really came out swinging. The big plays were back. That was one of the things that in the past couple of games, we've been grinding and pounding and getting that ball down the field, but we had huge plays. And Levi had 173 rushing yards, 300 total yards. And Logan looked as comfortable in the pocket as he has all year long. And it was just really, really a great game for the Cougars. Appleton City, they went and played Rich Hill. That was a team that the Cougars had played earlier in the year and had beat at their place, 82-24. And then Appleton City went there and beat them 58-20. They are a rushing team. They have a couple plays in their books, but a couple pass plays that they will run. But the big thing for them is just, they get that, they have a big line, and they just get that first pressure, and then they get some secondary blocking to really open up that run game. So got to talk with Coach and just kind of Coach Lucas and just kind of ask him, hey, what are we looking for tonight? And he really said, hey, the battle's in the trenches. It's going to be between their line and our line, offensive and defensive, both going both ways. Can we be able to get off the blocks, to be able to make some penetration, push them back out of the way, and to be able to slow down their running attack? And then for us, can we provide the coverage for Logan, and can we open up the run game like we did so well last week? Coach talked about how great the O-line has been playing this year, keep getting better each game. You go watch the Liberal game, and Logan had a clean pocket, a good percentage of the game, and just a great job by that O-line just to keep him safe, keep him protected, and Logan did a good job climbing the pocket. Appleton City, they're good with just 5 yards at a time, 6 yards at a time. They're just going to drive it at you. Their quarterback, he's a great athlete. Number 16, he's going to keep that ball a lot. You're going to see a lot of different type of zone runs, different type of strategies. They are just trying to create some space and to make something happen. What was interesting to me is I watched the film. I watched 2 games of Appleton City early in the season against Osceola, and they just Greenfield, and they really just took it to them. But this last game, Greenfield looked more. Appleton City looked more beatable, and so it's a great test for the Cougars. We got a hard game, series of really tough games against some state-ranked teams. So this is those games, but I do think that this is a winnable game for us. If we come out there and we dominate at the line, and then really that will then open up the passing game. We've got some great receivers that to go out there and make some plays. Coach said, I said, so what are some of the keys of the game? Coach Lucas said, hey, they will score. They are good. So they're going to make some plays. They're going to score. But we have to make them earn it. They're going to have to march down the field on us, 5-6 plays at a time. We're not going to give up those big plays. We're going to be able to do that. They got to earn those scores. It's 10 to 12 play drives versus 1 to 4 play drives, And then we've got to execute our offense, control the D-line with our O-line. Players to watch offensively, Levi, again, who's coming off a huge game last week. Jake will be considered to be able to watch for him in the passing game, a little bit in the running game. And, of course, Logan. Logan really just so much confidence back up. He said it was a great week of practice for Logan. He's looking like himself, really confidence, throwing the ball, running the ball, and making those plays. Defensively, he said, watch Corbin. Corbin's been doing a great job, cornerback, getting downhill, driving through, and making some great tackles. And so, obviously, all of our players really matter. We want to see us come together as a team. And so it's a big game for us tonight against the 8th-ranked state, Appleton City.
New Heights Christian Academy.
New Heights, same biblical focus. New Heights, same academic drive.
We will continue to shape articulate, confident Christians ready to step into the world with a strong moral compass, secure in themselves and their beliefs.
Taking Christian education to new heights.
All right, we are here live ready for kickoff. Cougars will get the ball. Durling and Miller back to receive. Onside kick goes short and scooped up by Jake Sullivan for the Cougars. Brought down right about the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Cougars.
Yeah, that was great. Usually we get to see the players, they tend to fall on it, right? I mean, if they're going to get that little onside kick attempt, our guys are, told to fall on it. You just kind of take the yards as they are, but he got up, went moving, excited.
Cougars starting on the right hash in the shotgun. Hand off to Durling, rushing left. Tries to get to the edge. Good tackle. Short gain for the Cougars. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Cougars picking up right where they left off last week with the run game. It's such a dominant run game. And again, the passes were there last week that really opened that run game opens it up. And so just getting Levi on the outside and then, that big physical hit by the Appleton City player there on that sideline. They're here to make a statement.
Cougars in the gun. Handoff up the middle to Miller, and Miller's brought down after a gain of 1.
Good hard run by Cannon. Just that one gap was open, but the defender was right there ready to receive him and tackle him down. And so now the Cougars are looking at a 3rd and long in the midfield.
They're going to call it a 3rd and 6 for the Cougars.
Appleton City, a very large team, very physical team, ready to show that they can dominate that line of scrimmage.
Sullivan spread to the right. Cannon to the left. Decker in the gun. Durling rolls out short. Decker's looking for an option and just has to step out of bounds. Takes a loss of 5. Bring up 4th down for the Cougars.
Logan there not seeing anything that he liked downfield, not trying to force the play, but rather looking, kept his eyes down the field, moving laterally, but just didn't see anything he liked and didn't want to pass into coverage.
Calling it 4th and 10.
Looks like we got a punt coming up here.
Decker punts it high into the air, but right out of bounds. And it'll be 1st down for the Appleton City Bulldogs.
Feels a bit early, like, we're not opening every play up, right? We're taking conservative shots. Offensively, we're testing their line, seeing what they're going to give us, see how they're going to respond. 2 back-to-back runs, one off to the side, one down the middle, and then just a pass play that just didn't open up.
Appleton City starts out in the shotgun. Hayden Bach, the quarterback for the Bulldogs. Stack to the right. Option play, he keeps it to the right. And a big gain for the Bulldogs all the way in for the touchdown. They sure made that look easy. Take a look at that on replay.
Got everybody biting in. There was a key block on Durling. Honestly, looked like a little bit of hold. Turned back around, but by the time that quarterback had gone through there, it was a little too late.
All right, 2-point conversion attempt for the Bulldogs. One receiver out to the left in motion. He gets the ball and gets the 2 yards needed for the 2-point conversion.
Okay.
Well, we just got punched in the mouth. See how we respond.
Yeah, that's not how you want to start the game, offensively or defensively. But it's, it's part of maybe just calming the nerves down a little bit. You're going against a state-ranked team. You know what you're getting into. You've been prepping all week long. The nerves, the energy. We just had our homecoming, fall homecoming event. Several of the players were out there for homecoming. maybe just getting into that routine. Just kind of a different start here for our Cougars. And so, yeah, like you said, Brian, now it's time to respond with their own offensive drive. Here, if you're Appleton City, that's exactly what you want to do. That's exactly how you want to start the game. 3 and out. And a touchdown from scrimmage.
Number 8, Aaron McClure, the kicker for the Bulldogs. Again, a short kick. This time hits off the mask of the Cougars. And I haven't seen a ruling yet. It is the Bulldogs' ball. So the Bulldogs steal a possession.
Yeah, that came, I mean, for onside kicks go, that went perfect like where you wanted to, right? I don't know if you clipped that or not.
I didn't.
But just right off his face mask, kind of caught him off guard, kind of stunned him. And Appleton City recovered it immediately. And now really have an advantage here.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Hayden Bach, the quarterback. Wide receiver to the left, stacked to the right. In motion, keeper again for Bach. Breaks the tackle and gets his momentum all the way to the first down marker. Looks like he'll be just short, bring up 2nd and 1.
It's a good downhill run. What you're going to see is how they, the blocking of the O-line, not just gets to that first level, but that second level blocking to hold back the linebackers. Something to watch tonight.
Shotgun handoff to Bach. Holding on the play. Couple flags down.
I think that was holding on Appleton City, so it'll bring that back. That's Cash Anderson, number 1, I think, on that run. Cash is very, 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 very fast, quick runner. He burned us several times when we played them last year. If he gets in that open field, he's tough to catch.
Call it 2nd and 9. Handoff to the right again for number 1, Cash Anderson. Gets another good gain. We'll bring up 3rd and, let's see, a 3rd and 2.
So again, that time you can see when you come through, it's that secondary blocking that the Cougars have to get off that initial block to force them back into another defender.
Again in the gun. Handoff to Anderson, and he's got enough for a first down.
That time in particular, our guys were a little slow. Wasn't even the blocking that opened that up. That was you can see that we were kind of standing there waiting for him, but the speed of Anderson to be able to keep moving, chugging those legs. Definitely not afraid of the contact either.
Again, the same set for the Bulldogs. Fullback to the right of the snap. Gives it to Anderson. Anderson finds another seam. And another good gain, 15 yards down for another first down.
Right down the middle. He's got a lane each time. Good tackle by Decker to finish that off, or he would have been in for a touchdown. Yeah, we've done so good over the past several games clogging that middle, being able to push them to the outside. And so far, that's where they're having their success, right down the middle.
Same set, fullback to the right. Quarterback keeper, and good seal block. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Cougars bit pretty hard on that initial handoff. Just that fake down the middle, which they'd run several plays in a row. Kind of stood up there a little bit, looking down that lane, and then quarterback just took advantage of that. ran untouched into the end.
2-point conversion attempt. And he's able to give it right up the middle and score. And the Bulldogs come out looking very solid, up 16-0.
Yeah, it's early in the game. You don't want to, like we always talk about, 8-man, things change quickly. Just a few big plays can really change the outlook of a game. But, if you're a team coming in, right, and you're playing against, the Cougars are playing against a state-ranked team, right? You got early on, you want to establish yourself, and you don't want them to establish themselves. You don't want them to come in and be playing mentally from behind. And so really, how can the Cougars get their heads right, get locked in here, and get a good successful drive going? Do that, you're just down one score.
Bulldogs will take the kickoff. Again, they've kicked it short the last 2 times. Miller and Durling are back deep for the Cougars. Number 8, Aaron McClure, the kicker for the Bulldogs, again takes the onside kick. Jake Sullivan's able to handle it and get a short gain up to about midfield. Cougars will take over, first down, second possession for the Cougars.
Yeah, good hands by Jake. Catching that ball, that was a good hop, went pretty high up there, and he was able to come down with it and get a few yards on it too. Seems like there's a different strategy by Coach Lucas here. Instead of just following the ball, it's a couple times that they've tried to move the ball forward whenever they do get possession, even on those onside kicks. 2
wide receivers out for the Cougars. Decker in the gun, handoff to Durling. Durling has nowhere to go and gets stuffed for a loss. Looks like they're going to give him almost back to the line of scrimmage. We'll call it 2nd and 10.
Yeah, they tried to seal that edge, and the defender was able to get around that and disrupt that play.
Kronowit and Durling to the right. 2 also to the left. Decker alone in the gun, takes the snap, looks to the left, ball's deflected. Miller's able to get back to it, but loses his feet.
Good play by Cannon there. I mean, you hold your breath every time that ball gets tipped up in the air. You can't hold your breath because you don't know where that's going to go. And so good heads-up play by Cannon.
Good pursuit. Good pursuit by the Bulldogs' defensive line.
Big third down play here for the Cougars.
Decker takes the snap. Durling rolls out of the backfield. And gang tackle sack by the Bulldogs to bring Decker down for a loss of 8 on the play.
And Logan didn't have any time on that play. By the time he got that ball snapped, he looked up to look at his reads. The defenders were all over him. We're going to see another punt here.
4th and 16. Ball lands. Good job by the Bulldog. Number 16. That's Hayden Bach, the quarterback, taking the punt. He decided to let it bounce and stayed away from it. It'll be a first down for the Bulldogs from the 18-yard line.
Yeah, for a second there, it looked like maybe it skimmed off him or touched him in some capacity, but he had the awareness. And that punt at least moved the field position back just a little bit.
Stack to the right, halfback to the left of the quarterback. He hands it off to Anderson. Cash Anderson has a seam, and he's off to the races. Durling trying to track him down from behind, is able to trip him up. Great tackle by Durling to save a touchdown. but another big play for the Bulldogs.
And he just blew through that line. Great pursuit by our all-state track athlete, Levi Durling, all-state sprinter, to be able to go there and catch him and not give up on that play. Great play by Durling.
First and goal for the Bulldogs. Handoff going to the right again for Anderson, and he's out about the 2-yard line. Looks like he stepped out.
Yeah, he was right there. I don't know. You know, it's always hard to tell the tape is the out of bounds versus the, clear marker on the outside. Maybe he didn't know exactly where he was. He was pretty close to the end zone.
He did a good job following his blocker. Patient run by Anderson.
Powers through.
And another touchdown for the Bulldogs.
Just power running. Just downhill power running. Thought our line, got him to stand up, but just too much push from their line.
6:19 left to play in the first quarter. Bulldogs going for the 2-point conversion and get it 24-0.
So tough. Cougars still without a first down on offense. Like Coach Lucas said, as he was talking to me before the game, it's so much of this game is going to be in the trenches. Their O-line versus our D-line, their D-line versus our O-line. And so far, their line play has just been pretty significant.
Yeah, they're blowing the Cougars off the ball on both sides.
And really just gaining, big chunks. And again, that's one of the things that Coach Lucas talked about. He said, we got to have, 10, 12, 14 play drives on their part. We know they're going to score, but we got to make them drive the distance of the field and not just give up big plays. This is an important offensive possession for the Cougars.
Bulldogs back to take the kick. Again, short right up the middle. Sullivan gets a touch on it. Ball's loose. And wait for the signal. Corbin Cronowit was able to get on top of it. It'll be a first down for the Cougars.
Close there. Close call. That one took a Appleton City bounce.
Cougars are leaving that middle open. Sullivan got hands on it initially, but couldn't secure it.
Good job by Corbin to secure that ball. Maintain possession for the Cougars.
Decker back in the gun, 3 receivers to the right. Pressure immediately. Decker looks to scramble. He gets through. Decker with a big gain and enough for a first down.
Great play. Appleton City had a free blitzer come right up the middle right away, and Logan was able to just get past him there. Great run. First offensive down for the Cougars. Man, we needed that.
Yeah, broken play. Decker doing what he does best, finds a way to get through. Decker back in the gun, Durling to his right. He gives it to Durling up the middle. Stays on his feet and gets enough for another first down for the Cougars.
A great run, great blocking on the inside. We did like a heavy set. We had all of our guys in, and Levi was able to find the hole, drive it down, and pick up a first down for the Cougars. Good drive going here. Let's keep it up.
Decker again in the gun, takes the snap. Looking to his right, overthrows the receiver. And he'll bring up second down.
He's looking for his tight end, Caleb Hipple, out there. Pretty well overthrown him. I wonder if he was really just throwing that away, as Hipple was pretty well covered there, just standing on the outside line there.
Decker again in the gun, Durling to his left. 2 receivers to the right. Decker fakes the handoff to Durling, goes right up the middle.
A couple good blocks there. Getting that first and secondary block, opening up that lane. And Logan just running right through it. So good to see our O-line here getting that kind of blocking, open up those lanes, and Cougars be able to take care of it.
Brings up 3rd down and 4 for the Cougars. This is a big play. Durling stacked behind Decker in the pistol. Gives it to Durling right up the middle. Boy, that's a pretty conservative play call, but brings up 4th down.
When you know you've got 4 downs, right? Like when you know, hey, we're in this kind of, nobody's kicking a field goal here. This is 4 down territory. And so we went and see if we can gain half of it there. And we're able to gain, I think, probably about a yard. So a little bit of distance. Logan came over, talked with coach a little bit about that play call. They got to get in position here pretty quick as the clock runs down.
Yeah, 4 seconds on the play clock. Decker gets the snap, rolls to his right. Hesitates, gets to the edge, and Decker gets the 1st down out of bounds short of the touchdown. It'll be 1st and goal from the 2.
Good job, Logan, just getting it on the outside. Max got a little bit of a chip block there, but really, a lot of those guys were blocked. It's just the speed of Logan just to find that outside and bring it really to 1st and goal from the 2.
Durling lined up to the left. He's going to switch back into the pistol. Miller to the spread out to the left. Decker fakes the handoff, goes for the short pass to Sullivan in the corner, and knocked away by the Bulldogs, bring up 2nd down.
Just a quick pass play, trying to get him open, hit him in the hands, but Sullivan was not able to bring it down. Good quick pass, but man, that's so close, that range between that pass and that catch, and just wasn't able to bring it down.
Actually calling it 2nd and 1 from the 1-yard line. Handoff to Miller, and Miller gets enough for the touchdown.
Great job. Touchdown run, Cannon. O-line got a good push there. That's right down the middle, right down the middle. Don't overcomplicate it. Let's go get 6 points. Build that confidence back in our offense.
All right, 2-point conversion upcoming for the Cougars. Same set. Miller to the left, Durling to the right in the gun behind by Decker. Handoff this time to Durling, and he's able to convert.
Great possession by the New Heights Cougars. Man, we need that. Getting down early, 2 failed offensive possessions were 3 and outs, and we put it on the back of our O-line and the legs of our speed of our runners. Cannon, Levi, of course, Decker, all making good plays there, and get some points on the board. That's it feels like we had a slow start, right? It just took us a little bit to get that running up, but man, it was there. And we were getting big chunk plays, getting, 8, 9, 10 yards plus, a couple big plays.
Yeah, the Bulldogs stole a possession early on that onside kick. And so it does feel like they've really dominated, and they do have an extra possession because of that. So let's see if the Cougars can start to work back into it. Decker takes the kick for the Cougars and blasts it all the way into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. That's one of the best kickoffs I've seen this year, actually.
Yeah, Liberal, last week I saw a lot more of those just kicking it through the end zone. Right, not risking good field position, but really making them drive the distance of the field.
So the Bulldogs will take over at the 20-yard line. Bulldogs getting the play from the sideline. Hayden Bach, the quarterback for the Bulldogs, has a fullback to his right and a tailback behind him. That's Anderson going in motion. Option set up. Bach keeps it. Gets a good gain, cuts it back at about 9 yards, and will be brought down for second and short.
They are patient. They do wait on their blocks. You sit there and waited for both those outside blocks to really kind of take hold and just kind of follow those guys. And a big gain there on first down. It's an important drive. Our offense had a great drive there. Now our defense needs to stand them up.
They put that fullback on the left on this snap. Handoff to Anderson. Pursued in the backfield by the Cougars. That's Corbin Cronowit.
Hey, great play, Corbin. Just got there, got through the line, but man, just a strong tackle. It looked like maybe he was going to slip away or whatever, but Corbin was able to bring him down. Didn't let go. Great play by Cronowit.
Bring up 3rd and 4. Cronowit from that middle linebacker position. All right, back to the live action. Handoff by Bach to Anderson. And Anderson finds enough to get the first down for the Bulldogs.
It seems like Appleton City, when they want a big play, they run at the right side of the line. Have you noticed that? They usually run it down the gut, but when they feel like they got a third or they're, kind of opening up some big play, they run it down that right side.
Same set for the Bulldogs. Snap to Bach, gives to Anderson again. Anderson muscles through about 5 before he gets stood up.
Did we see the ball? Is there a loose ball?
There is a fight for the ball. And it appears, and it is, the Cougars have it. Let's take a look at that on replay. Anderson gets stood up. It looks like Durling reaches in there.
Somebody on the other side of Durling. Levi was kind of standing him up. Maybe it was Levi. Somebody on the other side that was.
We can look at that again.
Durling was standing him up. Somebody came on that other side. Yep, and that's a loose ball. That's all right, Cougars. After some big, not being able to slow him down to force that turnover.
First down for the Cougars. Oh, got into replay there by mistake.
That was a run, Miller run to the right side of the line for 2 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 8. Minute 40 left in the first quarter.
Offense was just out there, but now they're back out there again. Let's put together a good drive.
Durling behind Decker in the pistol. Option set up, gives it to Durling. Durling gets stood up, tackled by 6 of the Bulldogs.
Man, Caleb Kennedy had a block there for him on that left side of the line, and Levi chose to took it on the inside of it. I wish he kind of would have taken it on the outside because Caleb had him pinned there. Maybe could have gotten a few more yards. So now we're 3rd and 10. Definitely want to keep that momentum going here between a great drive and then forcing that turnover and then getting the ball at midfield.
Big play here. Nobody in the backfield. Decker takes the snap. Screen play to Caleb Hipple. And he gets a few yards. Looks like it will be 3 yards, 4th and 7.
I saw that screenplay opening it up. I didn't know he had a couple options of where he was going to go for it. He had Caleb there in the middle. Good catch. Turn and, immediate contact. So it was kind of thrown into traffic there.
They're going to let the clock run down to 0. That will end the first quarter. And a big decision to start the second quarter on 4th and 7 for the Cougars.
So the tail of that one is the first 2/3 of that first quarter were all Appleton City, looking really, really dominant. And then the last 2 possessions before this one, just Cougars made just playing much better football. Much better football.
All right, we'll take an audio break here and be right back to start the second quarter.
New Heights Christian Academy.
New Heights, same biblical focus. New Heights, same academic drive.
We will continue to shape articulate, confident Christians ready to step into the world with a strong moral compass, secure in themselves and their beliefs.
Taking Christian education to new heights.
All right, back here they've changed sides. It'll be 4th and 7 for the Cougars to start the second quarter. You think they're going to go for it here?
You know, so far they've elected to punt on each one of these, but you're seeing Logan look at his wrist. Looks like they're going to go for it here.
Cronowit late onto the field for the Cougars. He's lined up on the wide out on the right. Miller on the left. Decker in the gun, takes the snap. Looking for a receiver. Has someone open downfield. That was Caleb Hipple, I believe. But over his hands. No, that's Jake Sullivan, number 25. And that's a turnover on downs. The Bulldogs will take possession.
Yeah, I like that play. You know, it's definitely a bold play call. He had a good, clean pot. Oh, he was getting rushed there. Yeah, just opened it up a little bit.
I suppose that was Sullivan on the screenplay on third down also. No, there is Hipple there.
Yeah, that was Caleb.
Was it Caleb on that play also?
Yeah, on that screenplay. Oh, on that last play? I mean, that's a play that they like to run to Hipple.
I'm having trouble seeing the difference between the 25 and the 35.
Good tackle.
Bulldogs rush to the right and out of bounds after a short gain, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, it was a good play by Decker, just getting there, you know, just speed on speed. I mean, when you watch the film, you see, you know, the quarterbacks play very, very similar, right? Logan definitely has a bigger arm, and he throws the ball a lot more frequently in Appleton City. But they're two quarterbacks that are comfortable with running. But this quarterback here, he's a big boy. I don't know exactly his height, but he's not small. And when he gets out there, really gets moving.
Hayden Bach, the quarterback for the Bulldogs. High snap, delays the play in the backfield, and Jake Sullivan gets in there to bring him down for a loss.
Looked like Appleton City had a little confusion on their own part there. Is it an option? Who's taking it? They didn't know. Are you taking it? I don't know. Blocker, you're not the blocker. You decided to keep it, and the Cougars didn't bite for any of that and made a great defensive play by Sullivan.
All right, 3rd and 10 now. After the Cougars got stuffed on 4th down. Opportunity here for the Cougars to stuff them back. And they do. That was Max Long in the backfield.
Hey, Big Poppy making those plays. Great job, man. Our line just, I don't know exactly what they were going for, Appleton City, but man, it was a great play by the Cougars just to get in there. And a great tackle, great finish.
Max Long's tackle actually was pulling, and so Max just went right to the ball.
Great play, defense, way to stand them up.
4th and 14. The Bulldogs punt. Bouncing ball at the 20. It's going to get a Bulldog bounce inside the 10. Touchdown by the Bulldogs at the 7. And a great defensive possession for the Cougars. They have it 1st and 10.
Man, what a great defensive possession for the Cougars. I mean, you love to see those turnovers where you get that ball back and things like that, but this builds that confidence that we can get through their line. Right? I mean, we were tackling them in the backfield on essentially every play on that drive. And to force them to punt, which is something that this team doesn't do very often.
All right, the Cougars come out in an aggressive 4 wide out formation. Decker alone in the backfield. Takes the snap. Quick flare out to the left to Miller.
Oh, man, he was wide open. He had nothing but green field in front of him, but that block just didn't hold. If that block would have held, he would have been gone. Because it was just basically one-on-one then at that point.
Yeah, Jake Sullivan went out to the defensive back who was 10 yards off of Miller, and Sullivan couldn't get there in time. Miller had already caught the ball before Sullivan could get there, and the defensive back did a good job sliding through the block. 2nd and 5. Decker has some time. Now he's being pressured. He's able to flee away and find Miller downfield. And Miller goes out of bounds after a nice gain and a first down for the Cougars.
And I love this. Now we're really testing their secondary. You know, there's not a lot of passing teams, true passing teams in 8-man football. We've seen them this year. And so teams, you know, they bulk up that line. They've got a lot of great linemen, linebackers, but sometimes those secondaries can really be tested. And Cannon just went down there, found the empty spot in their zone, planted up, and Logan extended the play, found him. Great catch, great pass, good play.
First down for the Cougars in the Bulldogs territory at the 35-yard line. Decker takes a snap, has a open rusher. Decker's able to flee away, rolling to his left, and able to make something of nothing. A nice gain on the play for Logan Decker brings up 2nd and 6.
At that time, there was a couple open Chiefs, I did it, that's one. There's a couple open Cougars downfield, but he would have had to throw it across his body, which is the big no-no unless you're Patrick Mahomes from the Kansas City Chiefs, which is what I was really trying to get at there. You don't want to try to make that play. But again, the feet of Logan just so elusive.
Derling and Miller both in the backfield. Split of Decker. Decker takes the snap, gives it to Miller. Or is that Derling? I can't tell. They look so much alike in their stride. I believe it's Cannon Miller on the run. And another good gain for the Cougars. Miller down inside the 10-yard line. Another first down.
Yeah, great play. But, you know, you saw that block by Levi there that really opened that up, and Cannon's just got that speed to be able to keep pushing that ball.
This set has been effective for the Cougars. Miller and Derling in the backfield. Decker keeps this time, avoids the rush initially, and gets brought down for no gain. Call it 2nd and 8, 2nd and goal for the Cougars.
Is that called wishbone? Is that the name of that offense whenever you've got somebody on either side of you? Am I remembering that correctly? Maybe
I think the wishbone is actually an under center play with them spread in the back.
Okay.
This is more like the wildcat when you have the running back be the quarterback.
Yeah, he's just got, you know, Cannon and Levi on either side of him. So now we have the lone single back.
Derling in the backfield with Decker. Decker option keeps it and knocked out of bounds inside the 5. Marked at the 2-yard line. Call it the 3-yard line.
You know, I wonder, you know, you see it so close to that out of bounds. You're like, you're so close to the end zone. You know, he's not taking a dive, not cutting back in towards the end zone, but just running it outside.
Yeah, you wonder if they're able to see that while they're trying to look up field. It's not nearly as clear as a big border. Quick play by the Cougars. Handoff to Derling. He rushes left and gets enough for the touchdown.
And that time, good blocking. I think that was Sullivan on that time, just kind of keeping that line moving and Levi with the speed to open that up. And another great drive.
Yeah, Miller didn't even have anyone to block till he already got to the end zone. I don't know what the Bulldogs were doing on that play. But the Cougars are back in it, 24-14, an opportunity to get the 2-point conversion. Decker in the backfield all alone. Sullivan in motion and gets wrapped up on the handoff.
Yeah, they read that.
Boy, they sniffed that out. Let's see what happened here.
And he came free. What is? We had our 3-man front. They rushed the ball. And, I mean, nobody picked up the block because there was no blocker. Nobody in the backfield to pick up that extra blocker. Oh, no, it was a second level. So it was supposed to be, I think Tate was supposed to get a first hit on him. Then Tate moved to the next, moved to the linebacker. So Tate hit that initial chip block, and then that wasn't enough to slow him down and just be able to get that drive right through there. Great, another great possession by the Cougars.
All right, 10-point lead now for the Bulldogs. 24-14 the score. 8:12 left in the second quarter.
Appleton City kind of taking their time, getting set.
Decker doing the kickoff again for the Cougars. Again, drives it deep into the end zone, out of the back of the end zone, actually.
I wonder if that's a little bit of the strategy. You know, we've seen Caleb Hipple be the primary kicker most of the year. He's kicking the, squib kicks, those short onside kicks, and bringing in Decker just to kick it through the end zone. Again, man, the Cougars have had 2 great defensive stands the past 2 possessions for Appleton City.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Bach takes the snap and hands it off to Anderson. Anderson gets stuffed at the line for no gain. Brings up 2nd and 10.
I'm not quite sure what adjustments we've made, but, man, they've been effective. We've really gummed up the middle there. It's hard to see sometimes because it's moving pretty quick, exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, the Bulldogs were getting such pursuit on the initial line of scrimmage, and now we're getting in the backfield. Bach keeps it this time, rolling to the left, shoved out of bounds after just a short gain.
Yeah, great pursuit there by Miller and Durling, and you also had Logan back there.
3rd and 6 upcoming for the Bulldogs. Another opportunity for the Cougars to get off the field.
Cannon looks like he's catching his breath a little bit, maybe a little gassed. These guys play a lot of football just offense, defense, special teams. Back there ready to go.
Bach takes the snap, gives it to Anderson going to his right. Pursued in the backfield by the Cougars, and Anderson's brought down for a loss. Maybe no gain on the play. 4th and 6.
I was watching Sullivan chase him all through the backside. Great pursuit by Cougars, just flying to the ball.
Bulldogs setting up to punt. Take a look at this pursuit again by the Cougars.
I don't think it was Jake who made the tackle, but it was just great to see everybody going.
Bulldogs punted away. Ball's in the middle of the field. Good job getting away from it, and the Bulldogs down it at the 33-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Cougars.
Yeah, that punt wasn't as good as it was last time. And so the Cougars get a short field to work with. Then I see kind of Cannon down there. It looks like he's catching his breath a little bit. And these guys are getting no breaks. Straight from offense to defense, several of these players, especially some of those skilled players like Miller.
7:27 on the clock here in the second quarter. Cougars in an empty set. Decker in the backfield. 4 wideouts. Decker takes the snap. He has some time, buying time by drifting back, and throws it away. Incomplete, 2nd down.
Now that pass was there. Just kind of threw it outside of Sullivan just a little too much. But great protection by the line. Be able to hold that up and keep a clean pocket there
Yeah, Decker was trying to throw that off his back foot as he was rolling away from pressure. Just didn't get enough on it to get it to the spot. Miller and Sullivan to the left. Durling and Cronowit to the right. Decker takes the snap, goes quickly to Miller on the left, but the pass is incomplete.
He goes in frustration with himself right after that. You know, it was open there, and he just...
They just skipped it to him.
I think the phrase is he dirted it.
Dirted it on the turf.
He dirted it. So I guess it rubbered? I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, that's one of those passes you wish you could have back.
All right, 3rd and 10. Game has come to a screeching halt these last few possessions. See if the Cougars can open it back up. Decker has good protection. Looking for an option. Rolling to his left. Flag on the play. Decker over the middle. Dangerous pass and knocked incomplete. That pass is to Corbin Cronowit. Looked like an offensive hold.
Yeah, holding.
I would say that the Bulldogs will decline this. It's 4th and 10 if they decline. 3rd and 20 if they accept. What do you think? What's your...
He's getting his direction. I think they'd rather have field position. I think they're going to... Nope.
Okay, so 4th down.
I wondered if they would push him back just to try to gain a little bit more yardage and make him go 20 yards. And I think we're going to see a punt here.
Yeah, I think in the 8-man football, downs are more valuable than distance. So 4th and 10, Decker back to punt. He goes straight up in the air and bounces out of bounds. Actually, still in bounds and loses some ground. Doesn't even get 10 yards. It'll be 1st down for the Bulldogs just on the other side of the midfield.
You know, it's a really nice night outside. There's Cannon kind of catching his breath again. It's a nice night outside. Not as hot as it's been previous weeks, but you know, when you're playing hard football, snap after snap after snap, the same guys.
Bach takes the snap, gives it again to Cash Anderson. Anderson gets gang tackled after a good gain just short of the 1st down. 2nd and 1.
That was Appleton City's first good gain since the 1st quarter. There's 2. Cougars have done a great job holding them in check so far since the kind of the offensive, kind of those 3 first offensive possessions for the Bulldogs.
Number 11, Sam Setzer, is in that fullback position for the Bulldogs, running as the lead blocker. 2nd and 1. And again, Setzer makes a good block, and Anderson gets a big gain for 1st down for the Bulldogs.
We're looking a little tired here. You know, after that, last defensive stand, flying towards the ball, you get there to be able to at least stand them up, but now they're just kind of running at us, and we just look a little gassed here. Just not as quick to the ball.
Yeah, nice little counter play by the Bulldogs. Had number 11, the lead blocker, Setzer, going to the right, and then the rush went to the left. Bach gets the snap, gets it down to hand off to Anderson, and a 4-yard gain, 2nd and 4.
Yeah, good ankle tackle there by Durling. Grabbed a hold of him and didn't let him go and tripped him up and brought him down. Honestly, I'm glad to see that. Short gain. Get our defense rolling here.
Snap, Bach keeps it. Good tackle by the Cougars. And third down upcoming.
Yeah, there we go. Good job, guys. Way to fly to the ball. Hang on to him, not let him get any further yards. Sets up a third and 4. Looks like a long 4 to me.
Bach takes the snap, keeps it again, going to his right. Big hit. Looks like he's just short of the first down, out of bounds. We'll bring up fourth down and short. Actually, he's winding the clock.
Who was out there on that tackle? Somebody absorbed that first hit. I think that was Crew.
Bulldogs on a quick set. They get the first down. Going downhill inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, we weren't ready. Right? We lined up and stuff like that, but they wanted that quick snap to try to open that up. And now Bulldogs have first and goal. We don't have that 6-minute drink break, right, that we've had most games this year.
Oh.
At the 6-minute mark, let the players take a drink break.
Snap by the Bulldogs. Hit in the backfield. Anderson still on his feet. Good pursuit by the Cougars. Bring down for no gain.
Looked like Max got in there. Oh, no, kind of slowed him down a little bit. A little bit, try to slow him down there. So now we got this is an important drive. It's kind of the first half winds down here for the Cougars to be able to stand them up.
Bach takes the snap, rolls to his left. He's got some space, and he's able to get in there for the touchdown.
So Tate got back in that backfield. Tate Angel did a little bit, but man, hit that speed, he was gone. Caught that edge. And I just keep seeing the Cougars just putting their hands on their knees, putting their hands on their hips, just trying to catch their wind. Particularly Cannon, I don't know if he's sick or just gassed.
All right, 2-point conversion upcoming for the Bulldogs. Broken tackle and in for the 2-point conversion. And the Bulldogs take the 32-14 lead.
I don't want to oversimplify anything. You know, one of the things that Coach Lucas has been talking about this season is how much better in shape our boys are than previous years, and that they've really done a lot of conditioning, and they've worked hard at keeping guys wind, keeping guys strong. But that defensive drive, our boys look tired. Just not flying to the ball as much as we had been on the previous couple drives. You know, you look at the sidelines and you really see the depth of a program by the volume of the players, particularly in 8-man. So you see they've got a lot of players out there. They're able to rotate and keep some fresh legs.
Kickoff for the Bulldogs. Again, a short squib kick. Recovered by Sullivan. And gets it across midfield. The Cougars will take over first down.
Again, Brian, I haven't seen them advance the ball a lot on kickoffs. Usually on those, they usually just kind of catch and fall on it. But it seems like just an interesting strategy here tonight by the Cougars to try to make the most of those. If you're going to...
Yeah, I suppose if they've seen Appleton City do that squib kick every time, maybe they've practiced that this week, trying to take advantage of those short kicks.
Ooh.
Decker alone in the backfield. Finds Derling. Derling has a seam. Stays on his feet, breaks a tackle all the way down inside the 10-yard line. And the Cougars have a big chunk play.
It looked like movement. It looked like we went early on that. And I was kind of waiting for that flag early on, but man, great catch and run by Derling. Caught that ball, had that inside leverage on the corner, and just took advantage of that and was able to make a great catch and run. Send the Cougars up quickly for a 1st and goal on the Appleton City 4.
Derling to the left of Decker. Decker in the gun. Takes a snap, hands to Derling up the middle. And Derling, quick answer for the Cougars. Touchdown.
Yeah, he was able to get in there and just fall down on top of their players into the end zone. So great play by Levi, back-to-back plays by Levi. That catch and run, just hand it off, just run right down the middle. Good blocking there by Long and Kennedy to open that up.
All right, 2-point conversion attempt for the Cougars to get it to 10.
Ooh,
High snap. Decker's able to keep it. Trying to find time. Has an open receiver in the end zone. That's Levi Derling. And the 2-point conversion is good.
Now, I really like that 2-point conversion by Decker. You know, it started with a high snap, and then you saw his feet got really happy, right? Like he was, okay, what do I need to do? And he's looking at the feels the pass rush coming, but he gains his composure, looks downfield, and Levi stands there wide open, and he makes a good pass and a good catch, and to bring it back to a 10-point game.
Thanks again to our generous sponsors tonight, S&B for the hamburgers and Lakeland Office System.
All right, so after a 24-0 lead for the Bulldogs, the Cougars have answered a couple times and have it within 10, 32-22 the score before the half comes to a close. 2:45 left to play, so there's plenty of game left in this first half.
It's important. See, Appleton City, who got the ball first? Sorry, I'm forgetting that.
The Cougars got the ball first, went 3 and out.
Okay, yep. Okay. Appleton City here, the chance to double up if they could score again. What we got here? Oh, the ball fell off the...
It is pretty windy out here tonight. You can see the flags on the far side of the field. Decker again taking the kick for the Cougars. Again, will send it long. Received by the Bulldogs on the edge. Makes a player miss. And getting tackled at the 20-yard line by the Cougars.
Wait, did we come up with the ball? We did. Special teams making a, get it, ready, special play.
Sure enough, the Cougars came up with it. That's number 22, Aiden Cummins, on the recovery for the Cougars. What a big play.
Great play, Aiden. Yeah, and special teams, they're trying to run it back. They're trying to make something happen. And all of a sudden, the Cougars got the ball back. 1st and goal, or just short of that.
Decker takes a snap alone, gets the quick pass out to Miller, and a nice gain of 9. 2nd and 1, upcoming at the 11.
Yeah, that time Jake made that block and opened that up for a good gain there. You know, the marker is just short.
Calling it 2nd and 2.
Okay, from the 12, okay. A good catch and run, just a simple play. Good blocking, open that up and get 8 yards.
All right, Derling in the backfield with Decker this time. Handoff to Derling. He rushes to the left and has enough for a first. Down to the 5-yard line and out of bounds.
Got that ball, went out there, took that stutter step. Stutter step kind of psyched him out a little bit, kept that run, good power running, good speed. And now the Cougars have 1st and goal. I imagine they're going to let this clock run down. They don't want to give much time back to Appleton City. Minute 35 left in the first half.
Derlin in the backfield with Decker. Handoff to Derlin up the middle. Derlin stays on his feet after the initial hit, but gets brought down for no gain. Bringing up 2nd down and 6, 2nd and goal.
He got hit pretty quick after he received that handoff. Did knock him down, but the player fell down and it tripped him up and brought him down. So now we have a minute to play, left to play in the first half.
Decker alone in the backfield. Sullivan and Miller to the left. Cronowit and Derling to the right. Quick screen play to Cronowit. He's got a block. He reaches out this time and stays in bounds down at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, we were talking about, do they know where that end zone is? Corbin knew where it was.
Yeah, he was reaching for it.
He was reaching for it.
They're saying it's down at the 2, so 3rd and 2.
Yeah, we're going to see a timeout here.
The clock is stopped. 29 seconds on the clock.
Cougars have all 3 timeouts left. Oh, I wonder if they're saying that he was actually out of bounds. And so that would stop the clock.
Okay, they've reset the clock to 45 seconds.
Okay.
Oh, 35 seconds is what they want on the clock.
Okay, so I thought the Cougars would have to take a timeout there just to stop the clock. So you have enough time for 2 more plays here. It's third and short at the goal line.
All right, 35 seconds. Clock is stopped. 3rd and 2. Big opportunity here. The Cougars need to convert. Miller and Derlin in the backfield with Decker. Handoff to Miller. He gets stuffed right at the goal line, and will bring up 4th down. Clock is running.
Yeah, just not any space for him to go there. He put his head down, drove in there, but Appleton City was there to receive him. I wonder if we'll run this clock down and call a timeout. Yep. And Cougars call a timeout here with 10 seconds left. So it's 4th and goal, 10 seconds left. You got to pull out what's your ace play here. I mean, this is really a 2-point conversion, distance. And so.
Yeah, well, so far we've seen a lot of plays we don't want to run. Obviously, you give Decker some space. That's a pretty good option. The ball's on the right hash, so something rolling to the left that gives him some space to move is probably a good idea.
Yeah, I would imagine we see some type of bootleg that gives Logan the option to pass or to run it in. We do that a lot on these 2-point conversions or
Max Long in the backfield for the Cougars. Decker fakes to Long, rolling to his left, makes a move, and Decker finds the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars.
Great play. So Max, they used Max a couple times last week against Liberal, and he got himself a touchdown. That big man running downhill touchdown. I wonder if Appleton City, they'd seen the film, they kind of bid on that and just ran that fake, and then great, just stutter step. Get that defender to hesitate just a little bit and to create that space. Great play, Logan.
All right, 2-point conversion now upcoming for the Cougars. Handoff to Derling. He's bowling ahead, waiting for the spot, and he says he's short. 2-point conversion, no good.
Sure wish I could see down that line. Did he break the plane?
Boy, he sure delayed on that. It looked like they were going to come in and give it to him, but
Well, it looked like, where did he finish? I think is where they came in to see where's the ball when he finished, but not where did he break the plane.
Right.
Can we go quick to our pylon cam?
Yeah. All right, well, the Cougars are back in at 32-28, 4-point lead for the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs do receive the second half kickoff. But with 4 seconds remaining, you'd think that the Cougars can get out of here at this point.
Man, what a great turn of events there to end with that turnover.
Yeah, on the kickoff, the Bulldogs coughed it up and gave the Cougars a chance to go in on a short field. All right, Decker's taking the kick again. I do wonder if they'll try to get this ball live or if he'll just kick it deep, because obviously it is dangerous. The Bulldogs have proven they can score on one play.
I imagine we're seeing a deep kick here.
Decker blasted into the end zone, through the end zone, touchback.
I mean, we haven't seen Appleton City try a pass yet this game. And so I would assume we're just going to see them take a knee here. Maybe they'll try, some type of keeper.
Yeah, I mean, as a run offense that gets touchdowns, long touchdowns running, I don't think you'd take a knee. You might as well just run an option play, quarterback keeper. I'd say, the way they started the game was that fake to Anderson, and Bach was all alone on the right side. I would say that'd be a similar move here. The Cougars are going to have to contain outside, probably have those middle linebackers hold for any rush up the middle, but rely on those outside linemen to contain the quarterback on a end around.
I assume we're going to see a couple Cougars deep here, just in case, some deep safeties. Probably Logan dropping back pretty far.
Hipple and Kennedy on the line for the Cougars. Sullivan and Durling out wide.
Now, they're not going to take a knee here.
Bach in the shotgun. Rolling to his left. Has a lead blocker. That's Anderson. And that's the horn. Bach goes out of bounds after a nice gain, but not enough to make a difference.
Cougars stayed patient there. They weren't going to bite. Just force them out of bounds. Good job. Good stop.
All right, we're ready for halftime. 20-minute on the halftime clock. We'll take an audio break here, send you through the first half recap, and be back to start the second half.
Hey, welcome back to the booth here at halftime between Appleton City and home College Heights Cougars. So far, first half, some stats that we got here from the coaches. Logan Decker's 8 for 12 with an additional 90 for a total of 91 yards, and he has a rush TD himself. Kenan Miller has a total of 81 yards, both receiving and rushing, and a touchdown. And then Levi Durling has also a total of 64 yards with 3 TDs. We also got a couple players here. Caleb Hipple and Cronowet Corbin have added catches themselves. So really, I mean, you look at this game, Brian, and you talk about how that game started, right? So the first 3 possessions by Appleton City, they scored, and they scored really quickly. Big plays, and able to get down there. And then our first 2, the Cougars' first 2 possessions were 3 and outs. And then something switched. And I don't know if it was that turnover or something, but something changed for the Cougars. And, man, the rest of the game, I mean, it was a back and forth, but the Cougars were just edging away at that lead, and they've been able to bring it really, really close. So now it's just a 4-point game going into the second half. So really the Cougars stopped giving up the big plays. They did much better defense, just their line play just really got significantly better. And then the Cougars' run game, really, so there's a couple big passing plays, but that run game has been really kind of creating those first downs and generating kind of that movement. And so a couple big pass plays, but the run really kind of been there, and all 5 of our touchdowns have been on the ground. So really keys here for the second is continue good line play. We saw the players get a little gassed there and at the kind of towards the end of this first half. And so really can we, keep that and to have that energy to be able to sustain us through the whole game. And so coming out, Cougars need to come out sharp, come out with a good line play, and continue to attack that and to give what the defense has given them. I noticed that, Brian, too, man, when we got into their secondary, right, I mean, we could kind of do what we wanted, whether it was a pass or we were able to run and get in that secondary. And so I think it's so important. There you go, halftime report. Real time. Lowercase halftime report. This is high professionalism here.
New Heights Christian Academy.
New Heights, same biblical focus. New Heights, same academic drive.
We will continue to shape articulate, confident Christians ready to step into the world with a strong moral compass, secure in themselves and their beliefs.
Taking Christian education to new heights.
Yeah, Brian, what do you see? What are some of the keys that you've got here for the second half?
So the pursuit on the offensive line will be what we're looking for, or on both sides of the ball, really. The Appleton City Bulldogs controlled the early possessions on the line of scrimmage, and then the Cougars started to find lanes and get in the backfield and disrupted play. Like you had mentioned, the Bulldogs are going to keep it on the ground. So we have to wrap up tackles, gang tackle in the backfield, and force some long fourth downs so that they feel like they have to punt. If you can make a team a 3-down team in 8-man football, you have an opportunity to get off the field.
So second half, getting ready to kick off here. Cougars are kicking off to the Bulldogs. And I just can't, just how well all phases of our team played in that second quarter. Defensively, offensively, and special teams. Everybody was making the plays that they needed to. So let's pick up right where we left off.
The difference in the game right now is that the Bulldogs have converted all 4 of their 2-point conversions, and the Cougars were stuffed on 2 of the 4, which is the 4-point differential. All right, Decker taking the second half kickoff. It stays in bounds. That's a great kick. And the Bulldogs are able to recover and down it inside the 15.
I think that's exactly what Logan was trying to do, right?
That, that's pretty tough to do, but he executed it pretty well.
Just get it right there.
I'm not sure what the penalty is. I'm guessing to be somewhere near the 35 or 30-yard line, but keeping it in bounds, they start at the 12. So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Bach in the shotgun, handoff to Anderson on the jet sweep, and a nice tackle by the Cougars. Number 33, Crew Holland there on the initial hit.
Yeah, waiting patient there. He saw what was unfolding to him. Stay there, wait for that, and I think Caleb Kennedy came there to finish it. But good first defensive play for the Cougars starting this second half here.
Bunch formation for the Bulldogs. Bach in the shotgun again. Anderson coming across the formation. Bach fakes the handoff and keeps it going to the left. And the Cougars stuff him up after a short gain. Will bring up 3rd and 5.
Yeah, great. We got a little bit of penetration there, but I mean, he was able to kind of break through. But man, we just stood him up. He kind of was driving those legs a little bit, but didn't get any momentum once the Cougars got there.
They're actually going to call it 3rd and 6. Bulldogs looking at their wrist for the play. Stack to the left. The fullback on the right. That's Anderson, gets the handoff. Anderson gets to the corner and enough for a first down, out of bounds for the Bulldogs. Anderson looks like he's limping the last couple of plays. I don't remember him looking that ginger on his foot in the first half.
Yeah, I noticed that. I mean, he's their speed guy, right? And so he's trying to get that edge, but if he's a little gimpy, that would obviously affect his running.
Take a look and see if you can notice that. It looks like he's really favoring his left leg. Anderson on the left side of Bach this time. Handoff again to Anderson.
Yeah, there it is.
And I don't think he's going to be able to make it through this game. He gets wrapped up again.
Yeah, it's interesting to me. I mean, yeah, that's really pronounced. But he stays in the game. You wonder if he's what kind of injury he's got going. Okay, they're pulling him off there. And they're not replacing him with another running back.
Number 5 in the game, Ronnie Williams. He normally plays tight end for the Bulldogs. In the backfield, takes the handoff up the middle and gets a nice gain and enough for a first down.
So there we get that downhill running. That was something that, their first few possessions of the game worked really well for them, and we were able to stuff the run. But they start the second half, and they got heavy set in there. They've got, 4 blockers plus a half and a fullback.
Jumbo formation for the Bulldogs. Bach takes the handoff, keeps it, rushing to the right, and gets a nice gain out of bounds after a first down. Actually, let's wait here. Are they giving him the first? It's right at the line.
Yeah, they're waving him on.
First down for the Bulldogs.
So able to get that outside edge. Not a big gain, but enough to keep those sticks moving.
That same jumbo I formation out of the shotgun. Handoff to number 5, Williams again, and breaks some tackles, gets a nice gain, brings up 2nd and 5.
That was a big, strong run by number 5. You can see the Cougars got initial contact with him, and he kept turning his legs and kind of spinning, and the initial contact wasn't able to bring him down. You saw, Corbin was there, Levi was there, but unable to finish that tackle.
Setzer and Williams in the backfield with Bach. Bach in the gun, takes the handoff, fakes to Williams. I think that might have been a broken play. Flag on the play.
Holding on the offense.
As we said, Williams isn't their typical back. He's doing a nice job, but I think he went the wrong direction, or at least a miscommunication with him and Bach, as Bach had faked to his right and Williams went to his left.
So they do, the Bulldogs use multiple guys out of the backfield that are rushing the ball, but you wonder if Cash Anderson is unable to come back out for whatever reason. Trying to see, he looks like he's working with the trainer on the sideline, trying to get something loosened up.
Bach rolls to his left. Didn't even know he was left-handed till just now. Makes the throw and doesn't convert it. 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 for the Bulldogs. Did you know he was left-handed?
Yeah, I've watched the film
Okay.
on him, but again, it's a statement of how much often they pass.
Yeah.
Right. I mean and it has to do, like from the film that I watched, it has to do a little bit more with the receivers, I think, than his arm.
All right, 4 wide receivers.
Now they're going out spread.
No one in the backfield with Bach. Takes the snap. Unblocked rusher comes in, and the Cougars wrap him up in the backfield.
Great tackle there by Caleb Hipple, just refusing to let him go. And their line didn't block, I think it was Caleb at all.
Yeah, it was initially Sullivan that got through, and then Long and Hipple came in to clean it up. 4th and 15. It looks like Bach's back to punt, 10 yards back. And Cannon Miller back deep for the Cougars. No, that's number 54 punting. That's Chase Mott for the Bulldogs. Down by Sam Setzer, and it'll be 1st down for the Cougars at the 13-yard line.
So that drive, I didn't want to say, it started off reminiscent of the first quarter, right? They're able to move the ball, getting chunk runs, 6, 7, 8 yards per run, and the Cougars were able to really stand them up and push them in. Man, if you can get a lead here and make them rely on their passing game, right? I mean, what a huge advantage if we can get ahead here.
Decker in the gun, Derling behind him, handoff to Derling up the middle. And Derling stuffed for no gain, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, just not that much space for them to go. I mean, I know I'm getting ahead of myself, right? It's a four-point game. But, I don't think Appleton City plays from behind very often. And if they do, if they have to resort to a passing game, I feel like the advantage is definitely to us.
No one in the backfield with Decker, 4 wideouts. Decker takes a snap, rolling to his right, has some pressure. Has space, though. Good downfield block by Derling, but there's a flag on the play. And this one's going to come back, it looks like. Derling got tied up after he got the block. Let's take a look at it on replay here.
What do we got here?
You can see this downfield block by Derling, number 4.
Oh, yeah. So it almost looked like it was almost defensive holding there for a second, how he spun Levi around.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it was on Levi Durling. The flag comes from the back judge.
Now that's a spot foul.
Let's see if we can. Yeah, that's what he saw is Durling.
So it'll be 10 yards from the spot. So it erases a touchdown.
Boy, and Decker was sprung regardless of that containment. Durling didn't, like you said, I think it was a little bit of a clever play by the defender to tie on to Durling and make it look like Durling was holding. He was holding on for dear life, I think. All right, screenplay out to Corbin Cronowit, gets a short gain out of bounds. It'll bring up third down.
Yeah, I got nervous there when the pass was backwards, and he caught it. He made a good catch and everything like that, but, he started from negative yards, but was able to get that upfield, and I think it was about a 2-yard gain there. Brings up third and short.
All right, 6:30 on the official clock. I'm going to have to fix my scoreboard clock here. Bunch formation, handoff to Durling going to his left, and he gets enough for a first down out of bounds.
That was good blocking there. I think it was that Corbin holding that block on the outside. Good job to gain that first down.
Key first down for the Cougars. Still in their own territory. That same formation in the backfield. Two running backs back. Miller comes on the wheel route out of the backfield. Miller fumbles it and is able to regain possession. Big gain for the Cougars. Miller gets horse collar down from behind. Hopefully he's okay. Brought down inside the 5. And the Cougars have a first down and goal.
Man, I love that play call. I love that play. Getting a good first down, and then Cannon just getting behind the defender. And when Cannon gets behind the defender, he's really hard to catch.
Yeah, had he caught it clean, he probably wouldn't have been caught, but it took him a couple strides to bring the ball in, and the defender was able to get back to him.
Is that 2 completions? Or is that just 1?
First down handoff to Durling. He gets stuffed up behind the line of scrimmage and brought down for a loss, bringing up 2nd and 7.
And I love to see Levi fight that. He got, the defender got his hands on him pretty quick, and Levi was just pushing back with everything he could, resisting somebody that looked bigger than him. But Levi was not going to go down easily. Again, we'll go back to that play, man. I just love that play call. Taking that shot, really flipping the field. And it was just a great pass by Decker, great catch by Cannon, and getting ahead.
Yeah, they hadn't run that play out of that set, which is always nice to trick up the defense. 3 wide receivers left this time, 1 to the right. Decker keeps running to the left, looking for a block downfield, and he gets it, and he's in for a touchdown. The Cougars take the lead.
Great play. Yeah, Logan called. He called for that. He wanted that block from Jake. Jake gave it to him, and he was able to get into the end zone. Man, what a great start to the second half. Man, this is a state-ranked team, and we are not just holding our own. Man, this has been pretty much mostly all Cougars since the second half of the first quarter.
All right, 2-point conversion attempt. Decker drops back and has Jake Sullivan for the 2-point conversion. The Cougars have a 4-point lead.
And that was just a great 2-point conversion play. Just really nice and simple. Just come there, turn that side. Yep. So it'll cut back to the outside. Good pass, good catch. Man, what a great start here to the second half. So the Cougars now we got to play with the lead, right? You know, Appleton City is not really, their first possession, they were able to, get a first down, and then we were able to stand them up and get them into those negative yard situations where they had to pass out of it.
It'll be real interesting to see what Cash Anderson's status is for the rest of this game. He was being doctored up by the trainer over there on the sideline.
I mean, their primary running back is still the quarterback, right? And then they brought in 5, who's a little bit more of a big body running back. Okay, now they changed things up here. So now you've got Caleb Hipple. Caleb Hipple's doing the kickoff, and you can see that Appleton City adjusted.
Yeah, interesting. That's pretty good scouting by Appleton City to see the different kicker means they're probably going to kick it short. But he kicks it deep as well, and it goes into the end zone for a touchback for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that kind of play right there tells you people are watching each other's film. That's something we had noted earlier in the game. It was abnormal to have Logan Decker being the kickoff, and then maybe different types of styles of kickoff, but put a lot of different types of film out there for all the teams to see.
Anderson is back in the game, set out to the right. Bach in the backfield by himself. Anderson in motion.
He still doesn't look right.
He gets the handoff, gets to the edge, and gets enough. Well, he's right at the line. It's going to be short of the first down. 2nd and 1 upcoming.
Again, I see what you're seeing where he's favoring that left. He came off of that, and he still, I don't know exactly what he's dealing with, but obviously he wants to be out there.
Two-back set, Bach in the shotgun. Handoff again to Anderson. He pushes forward and gets enough for the first down.
Oh, well, he's going to be
Actually,
marked.
They gave him a pretty bad spot, didn't they?
Yeah, I wonder if they called him when he was down by his knee, because it seemed like he kind of fell down for a little bit more yardage. Yeah, I was surprised by that spot, too. It looked like he fell down into, okay, they're just going to rush up to the line and do a QB sneak.
3rd and 1.
Oh. Yeah, right there.
Handoff right up the middle to Anderson, and that's enough for a first down.
Okay, so not the QB sneak, but just rush up to the line to get that play off. I don't know if the push-tush has made its way into 8-man football or not.
Quick setup again. Under center, handoff again to Anderson, and a gain of 5. Cash Anderson, he was the primary rusher for the Bulldogs in the first half, but Bach did have some big plays for the Bulldogs.
It looked like there for a second they were trying to do like a hurry up. They did those last 2 plays really quickly.
Setzer on the right. Again, handed off to Anderson. That's really where he's going to be hurt if he's got to go to his right or left. Going straight ahead, he seems to be okay, but when he has to shift, that's putting a lot of strain on that ankle.
At this point, Appleton City, like those last couple plays, they've not disguised anything. They brought everybody in. Just to their heavy set. Nobody on the outside. It's like, yeah, here we go.
Stack to the right. Bach under center again. Fake to Anderson. Bach all alone. Has a block. Has the edge all the way in. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
You could see that, play what they were going for at the very beginning, how they had everybody lined up. But then when they sent Cash in motion across it, I don't know if the Cougars bid on that or if it was just good blocking. But he got to that outside, and then he was gone. I didn't catch that replay. couldn't see how we moved, but now we're on the 2-point conversion.
2-point lead now for the Bulldogs, going for the 2-point conversion. Bach fakes the handoff to Anderson, rolls to his left, has some pursuit at the line, and he comes down just able to nudge in for the 2-point conversion.
And Derling was able to make some initial contact after slipping.
I thought they were going to rule him short because it looked like his butt had come down with him facing away, but he's able to get that ball in the left arm across the plane for the 2-point conversion.
It almost looked like he was down before he reached the ball back over.
Here's a look back at that touchdown run, picking it up a little bit late in the action, but that good downfield block by the Bulldogs to spring him.
Like we were just, I don't know. They brought that extra blocker over to the right side, and then they ran Cash across the back side. But that power running was still to that right side, and they just took advantage of it, sealed the edge, and then went for it.
Yeah, we haven't seen Bach under center too often tonight, but that possession, they kept him under center, and it was really effective. So after the Cougars opened up the second half, able to take the lead, the first lead of the game for the Cougars, the Bulldogs answer right back. 40-36, 3:18 left to play in the third. Squib kick again. Ball's loose. Sullivan's able to get on it, and the Cougars will get a first down.
And you see that ball bounce off a Cougar, your stomach drops, right?
Yeah.
You know, but great recovery by Sullivan to fall on it. And, again, I mean, this is good field position, right? I mean, that's kind of the risk that you run. And we've proven that we can move the ball.
Yeah, that's a good point. I actually was thinking that the stats were a little bit low for how many points we'd put up, but we've been playing in a short field every possession.
Yeah, they dare us. You know,
Decker in the shotgun, has a receiver open. That's Miller over the middle. Gets the broken. Miller, nice gain, 30-yard gain for Miller and a first down. He broke that first tackle, made a nice move.
Yeah, I love that juke move. We've seen a little bit of that of Logan, out of Levi. Now it's Cannon's turn. Came there and just kind of psyched that guy out. Crossed him up, man. That was awesome. That guy bit on the inside. He, I know what you call it in basketball, right? Like, he broke his ankles, right? Is it the same for football?
At the 22-yard line. 1st and 10, Decker alone in the backfield. Drops back to pass, and quick pursuit by the Bulldogs bring him down.
Yeah, he kept his eyes downfield. He had so many defenders. He's been able to escape the pocket so many times, and it looked like almost Logan tripped over the ankles of Cannon's defender that are still on the field.
2nd and 15 now for the Cougars at the 27-yard line. Miller and Derling in the backfield. Handoff to Miller. Lead blocker is Derling. And Miller steps out of bounds after a gain of 5. 3rd and 10 upcoming.
That's one thing I've noticed. You know, we're as a team, we're pretty comfortable with running the ball out of bounds. You know, sometimes I wonder, you know, like Corbin did on that one, you know, turned it back up into the field and just pushed it down the sideline a little bit. But, you know, live to fight another day. Didn't feel like Kane on that one. Probably didn't see that there was much room to go anymore, so just step out of bounds. Get your extra yard. But now we're in a 3rd and long here.
At the 23-yard line, 3rd and 10. Actually, 3rd and 11, really. Decker alone in the backfield. 4 wide receivers out. Decker drifting back, buying time, throws it up to Miller on the near side and deflected away. 4th down for the Cougars. They are in 4-down territory.
That was the first true risky pass we've seen Logan throw tonight. I mean,
it didn't look like, I don't know if that play design was a delay, but Decker looked like he was looking at his line for a little bit too long, not really looking at downfield. And you had mentioned that the play before he'd done a nice job looking downfield, and he ended up getting sacked. So maybe a little bit of happy feet there by Decker.
Yeah, you don't have to. I mean, you're going for it on fourth down. You don't have to pick up all of 10.
Awkward play, no flag. Decker rolls to his right, looking over the middle. Ball's loose and incomplete. And a turnover on downs. There's an injured player on the field for the Cougars.
Somebody's pretty hurt down there.
Can you zoom in on him? Is that Max Long?
Yeah, that's Max.
Or no, that's Tate.
Max, that's Tate.
That's Tate Angel, the homecoming king.
He's holding that knee.
He's got knee braces on both knees.
Appreciate everybody. Appleton City taking a knee.
See if you can see the replay of what happened. Tate's the center. Oh, it just looks like he got buckled.
I hate to see that. Playing a great job from center tonight.
Oh. Just looks like his leg gave out on him as he was trying to hold that block.
All right, let's hope he's okay.
So turnover on downs, the Bulldogs will take over at the 23-yard line in their own territory.
Those are two passes. Those last two passes were pretty uncharacteristic for this game from Decker. Try to force that one into double coverage.
Shotgun keeper by Bach. He rolls to his right. Ball's loose. It's still in. Decker tries to scoop it up, and Crew Holland is able to grab it. The Cougars have the ball.
Wow. What a play.
Durling knocks it away. Decker tries to grab it. And then Crew Holland falls on it. What a change of events for the Cougars.
Yeah, what a defensive play. That's 3 turnovers that Appleton City has committed tonight to 0 on our part. That turnover battle's huge in these kinds of
Well,
games.
we did have the onside kick fumble, but yeah, it wasn't really
right.
a true.
Yeah.
All right, it's going to be first down from the 21 or from the 11-yard line.
So who do we have in at center now?
Snap to Decker, handoff up the middle to Durling. Durling pushes through the first tackle and gains a couple yards.
So that center position, I've talked with Coach Lucas about that. You know, we've seen Tate run in that position tonight as he's getting kind of worked on, talked to on the sidelines by his coaches. But, you know, Coach always kind of said, you know what, probably have a rotation at center. And so they've got plenty of guys taking snaps at center.
Can you tell who it is
practice.
in at center?
I can't see the number.
Snap to Decker. Decker keeps, rolling to his right, finds a little seam and gets a nice gain. Will bring up third down.
I wonder if it's Caleb Kennedy. If they have him in at center right now. I just can't quite tell when they get up to that line.
Yeah, zoom in on it real quick when we get up to the line. That's Anderson Smith. Under center for the Cougars. Decker alone in the gun. Quick pass out to Miller on the left side, and Miller's got the touchdown.
A great play. Just that little kind of screen, that little bubble, just that quick out. Get it to him, and able to finish for touchdown. Made it look easy. Good block by Jake Sullivan.
Cougars retake the lead, 42-40. Cougars in that two-back set with Miller and Derling alongside Decker. Decker rolling to his left. Is able to get there to the edge. I believe that's enough, and the two-point conversion is good.
Yeah, he was looking for Jake Sullivan. Jake was looking for him, and Logan decided to keep it and run it in himself. Man, the Cougars are just fighting in this game. Just fighting. You know, to have to commit they had to give the ball back on downs. You know, your center gets all banged up. And then, you know, next possession, we get the fumble recovery. Logan was trying to run that thing. He was trying to scoop and score.
Yeah.
You know, but unable to get it. But Crew made a smart play, able to get on that ball quick. And then we were able to turn that in to 8. So back and forth, 41 seconds left in the third quarter, 44-40.
Decker again taking the kickoff for the Cougars. Blasts it deep. It might be right at the goal line. It's enough to go in.
Bounces right out.
That's back on the kickoff.
And they did that time. They had 2 guys back, right? So they saw Logan out there, and so they just buried 2 guys deep.
Yeah, that was a really dangerous kick by Decker. He almost put that on just short of the goal line, which they would have had to field, but going into the end zone is an automatic touchback. All right, first down for the Bulldogs. 40 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Cougars with a 4-point lead.
I wonder if they're going to run the ball.
Bach in the shotgun, gives it to Anderson, going to his right, tries to cut it back. And, you know, I feel bad for the kid. He's obviously a tough kid, working really hard, but
yeah, he's stepping gingerly.
He's not going to be able to make a cut. If he's got to change direction, it's done.
Yeah, he's stepping gingerly. Yeah,
he's going to hop off.
You don't know exactly what's going on with him, you know. I hope he's all right. Keeps getting in there, keeps trying to contribute. Looks like he's going to run it down.
Yeah, they're letting the third quarter expire.
You know, every time Appleton City, you know, they make a move, the Cougars respond. And that's what you want. You know, the Appleton City do a good drive, and then the Cougars respond, right? And that's, man, you want to keep that game in front of you. You know, and so now, you know, the Cougars have the advantage. I mean, you know, not only is it just a home game, you know, it's homecoming, you know, and you're rooting for everybody and stuff like that, but they've been able to just take and absorb whatever Appleton City throws and then just throw it right back. You know, and man, now it's the fourth quarter. You know, both teams are banged up somewhat. Our center's out there, running backs out, or at least Gimpy. It doesn't look like Tate's going to be back in the rest of this game.
Is Tate out of uniform already?
Well, he's sitting down on the sideline. I can't see specifically.
Looks like he's got his shoulder pads off
Yeah.
if he's there on the left side. All right, start of the fourth quarter, 2nd and 11.
Appleton City's got the field to drive here.
Bach in the gun, 2 backs in the backfield. Bach rolling to his left, has a guy downfield, throws it wide, and incomplete. That was to number 23, Hunter Hurting.
So again, went for that pass play. Just wasn't quite there for him.
3rd and 11 upcoming for the Bulldogs.
Now again, puts them in this position, right? You know, I mean, you know, they're a running team, but you got 3rd and long here, and if you don't get it, you're going to need to punt it.
Bach takes the snap, handoff up the middle. Cuts it to the outside, and he gets right to the first down line.
Yeah,
and
you're
it is
gonna
enough
give it
for a
to him.
first down. I thought that was number 4. I don't see him on the
5.
roster. Number 5. Oh, that was number 5, Ronnie Williams.
Yeah, he's kind of their bruiser back. You know, he's the one that was able to get downhill and just kind of push our guys through. So now, you know, it's matching physicality for physicality here.
First down, snap, handoff to Williams again. He breaks a tackle, and another big gain, 15 yards, and enough for a first down.
Now he's kind of the, it's like their Derrick Henry. You know, he's just a big body, gets downhill just running. And, you know, arm tackling is not going to work with this guy. Cougars are going to have to lay some hits. Big physicality here.
Handoff again to Williams. Still on his feet, and gets brought down after a gain of 5.
Yeah, it's interesting. We've seen, you know, he's been out there. We've seen him play. Oh, looks like maybe we got a cramp. Now we've seen 5 out there some, but, you know, so far on this drive, he's pretty featured with cash out.
Shotgun snap, handoff again up the middle.
Man.
And he just keeps churning. They gave him a spot short of the first down.
Said maybe his knee was down. But big push. And he's carrying our guys a yard or two, just grinding. I think we're going to see him featured here. To the line quickly.
Bach under center. Handoff up the middle to Williams. He's got enough for a first down and keeps pushing the pile. 7-yard gain all the way down to the 20-yard line and a first down.
You know, it's interesting with cash out, you know, no longer in the game, and they've gone to this running back, you know, and then, you know, he hasn't ripped off a, you know, 15-yard run yet, but he's steadily getting that 5, 6, 7 yards per carry, which is enough to comfortably move those chains each time. Cougars got to match that physicality.
Bach in the shotgun, stack to the right. Handoff again to Williams. He'll follow his blocker.
Great tackle.
Pursuit in the backfield. Brought down for no gain. Crew Howland with the tackle. See Crew off the edge there, just sneaks through.
Wrapped him up. It's a good tackle by Holland to get him in that backfield.
Full back to the left, Bach in the shotgun, hands off up the middle.
That's Cash.
That's Cash again, and flag. I think they're calling a horse collar there.
Yeah, a couple guys saw, a couple of the refs. Face mask. That's a tough penalty.
That'll be a first down and half the distance to the goal.
So looks like they're using Anderson, Cash Anderson, bringing him in, you know, just on some, you know, they're not leaning heavily on him. But they brought him in just for that.
They're going to put that at the 9-yard line, it looks like.
And Cash stays in the game.
So first and goal from the 9. Handoff up the middle, and Cash Anderson in for the touchdown. What a workhorse. Cash Anderson fighting through. an obvious injury, scores the touchdown for the Bulldogs.
And the Cougars, they just, I didn't see anybody put any hands on them. Well, they put hands on them.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
And that's all it was.
All right, the Bulldogs retake the lead, 46-44, going for the two-point conversion. Bach in the backfield is able to buy enough time and find a receiver. That's number 8, I believe.
Yeah, number 8.
Aaron McClure with the two-point conversion for the Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs now have a 4-point lead.
Yeah, their first completion of the game on that two-point conversion. Well, there's really a story of that drive for them was just downhill running. Right, they didn't run outside. They ran just downhill. They didn't run outside their guys at all and just switched between their two running backs. You know, it was also interesting. I didn't see a lot of keepers by the quarterback, which we've seen a lot of that. I wonder if maybe due to the fumble. Maybe due to the fumble, he didn't because of the fumble, they didn't want him bringing it, carrying the ball. And so he was handing it off, but they kept handing it off and just running it downhill every time.
All right, just getting confirmation on the timeouts. There's 3 timeouts left for both teams. Kickoff for the Bulldogs. Another onside kick. High bounce. Good hands by Corbin Cronowit. And gets across midfield all the way down to the 32-yard line for the Cougars to start.
Yeah, outside of those first couple possessions, that onside kick has not worked well for him. It's given us good field position every time.
That actually took a really tough bounce. Cronowit, great hands to come up and catch that right on his helmet. All right, first down for the Cougars. Miller and Durling in the backfield with Decker. Option play to the left. Decker keeps. Tucks it upfield for a gain of 4, bringing up 2nd and 6.
So now we're here in the fourth quarter, not quite halfway through it, swapping, exchanging blows here. So we're able to get that fumble, recovery, able to get that touchdown. Then they go down and they march it. They march it the length of the field. And so how can now we respond to regain that lead?
Durling and Cronowit to the right. Miller short pass to the left and falls short of Miller. Incomplete pass.
That's a pass that, second time Logan's missed that pass, just that quick pass to the outside. Now, so here's the thing, we don't need, this is 4-down territory, right? We're on the other side of the 50 or 40. And so, you don't have to gain all of it on one play. You can get half of it, you get most of it, and be able to finish that off. We're not going to punt at this distance.
Durling in the backfield with Decker. Decker in the gun. Takes the snap, rolling to his right. Has a receiver. That's Jake Sullivan, and gets enough for a first down, turns it upfield. Yeah, late hit, but also somewhat hard to tell on that line if he's out. I think that's a reasonable hit because he is toe tipping that line. The crowd wants a late hit, but
yeah, the Cougar fans here definitely felt like that was after he'd given himself up out of bounds.
The Cougar fans in general have a lot of righteous anger.
Righteous.
Yeah.
Righteous.
All right, first down for the Cougars inside the 20-yard line. Durling in the backfield with Decker. Miller to the left. Handoff to Durling up the middle. Durling gets the edge outside to the left and enough for another first down and out of bounds inside the 5-yard line.
And great run by Levi. Cannon, he kind of outran his block there. Oh, now he's cramping up. Cannon's trying to help him out there. But that outside run by Derling, it's been open. You know, he's been able to make the most of that and take advantage of it. He's still down there cramping. Yeah, they're refs calling a timeout just to go make sure that, you know, our player's okay. Help him, you know, kind of relieve his cramp there. Hey, let's go back to that run real quick. So, yeah, great block there by Caleb Kennedy. Got up there on the, yeah, he feels it too. Push that defender up on the high side, and Levi just cut underneath the low side. So Levi looks okay. These are long games, and when you're playing offense and defense, right, and we do have Levi out there on special teams a lot as a receiver.
Yeah, there's still over 7 minutes to play.
It's tough to stay hydrated when you never come off the field.
It'll be 1st and 4 from the 4-yard line for the Cougars. This may be Derling's first offensive snap on the sideline.
It's true. Yeah, they're still stretching him out on the sideline there, trying to help him get loose.
Anderson Smith under center, or as the center for the Cougars. 3 receivers to the right. Decker rolls to the right, makes a move, and finds the short corner for Jake Sullivan for the touchdown. Or did they say he's?
Well, we got a flag here.
Oh, flag on the play.
And incomplete. Maybe they say he was out of bounds. Well, what's the flag?
An eligible man downfield. Okay, so let's see if we can look at that play. Who's downfield? There's only 3 guys as an option.
Huh.
Is there?
Maybe on the left side?
So there's 3 guys that can't go downfield, right? The 3 linemen.
So look
Everyone
on the
else.
far left side.
Oh, so maybe it's an illegal formation. They have that 3 stacked. So that made him an ineligible receiver because they didn't have a guy in the backfield.
Well, it was an incomplete pass because I think Jake was out of bounds when he finished the catch.
Handoff to Miller. He
Good
cuts
cut
it back, and he's got a touchdown.
Man, way to be elusive, Cannon. Man, I love that, just that cutbacks. You know, usually you see Cannon, he's got that, you know, top end speed. He gets behind the defense. But this is another play where he just made a great cutback here, cut back through the line, and another just juked the guy there. Man, a lot of ankles left on this field today because of Cannon Miller.
50-48, now the score. Cougars trying for a 2-point conversion. Decker takes a snap all alone. 2 guys come through. Great effort by Sullivan. I don't know if he caught it or not, but I think he was short of the goal line anyway.
Yeah, it's college rules, right? Like if he's on the ground, the play's over?
Yeah.
Okay. You can't just get back up.
All right, so the Cougars do not convert on the 2-point conversion, but have a 2-point lead. So at this point, the 2 points. All right, so the Cougars have scored 7 touchdowns, and the Bulldogs have scored 6 touchdowns. But the Cougars have missed 3 2-point conversions, and the Bulldogs have converted every one of theirs, I believe, is the way we're getting to this score.
And you got to feel good about that drive. We saw a good mix there, run and pass. And, man, I just love how Cannon's playing tonight when he gets that ball in the open field. just doing a great job, just juking the defenders and getting that yard after catch, just creating more space for himself.
Caleb Hipple taking the kick this time for the Cougars, sends it deep. And that goes through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. First down for the Bulldogs from the 20.
They only had a single guy back there. I'm telling you, man, it's been watching film.
Cash Anderson is back in the game for the Bulldogs. Williams is in a tight end position on the left side. Handoff up the middle to Anderson. Nobody hit him till about 5 yards downfield. Gained additional yardage and will bring up, looks like 2nd and 4.
So now here we are halfway through the fourth quarter. You know, I think part of this is going to come to whichever team can stand the other team up. We had a tough time stopping them their last drive.
Bach hands it off to Anderson again. And another nice gain. And a first down for the Bulldogs all the way up to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, so, you know, we're struggling to stop their run right now. They're struggling to stop our offense right now. You know, it's which defense is going to win out here.
Hand off to Anderson again, running downhill.
Man.
And another first down.
Yeah, you appreciate those guys being able to make that stop. If they wouldn't have been able to finish that stop, he would have been gone. Appleton City's moving the ball right through the middle of the defense at will.
Bach in the gun. Again, right up the middle to Anderson.
There we go.
This time some congestion at the line. Still falls forward for a gain of 3.
Yeah, much better defensive just to hold them up, stand them up. I mean, I would assume right now at midfield, you know, this is already kind of 4-down territory for Appleton City. So they've got 3 more downs to work with here.
Ronnie Williams back in the backfield for the Bulldogs. Bach hands it off to him. He gets hit immediately. Gang tackle by the Cougars. Williams falls forward for a gain of 1, bringing up 3rd and 6.
Yeah, great job by the Cougars to make that adjustment to just stand them up on that line. We still haven't seen the quarterback keep in a while. Just keep handing it off and running downhill between Williams and Anderson.
Hand off again. Oh, keeper, quarterback keeper. Cougars read it. Bach cuts it back, and the Cougars, good pursuit.
Yeah, that's the timing, right? Just when we get done talking about, man, they've just been handing off downhill, he does the keeper. And a great job by the Cougars to not give up pursuit. You know, sometimes you want to get that first tackle, but, you know, the Cougars doing a good job pushing them back into the other defenders. So even if the initial pressure's not happening, you know, I think it was Sullivan was able to get there.
Timeout by the Bulldogs on their 4th and 7. This is a big play coming up here.
Yeah, this play's huge. 4 minutes, 45 seconds left on the clock. 4th down at midfield. Appleton City has not been able to stop the Cougars. And the Cougars are not hurting themselves right now by creating turnovers. Cougars can just kind of run out this clock if they get that possession, if they get this ball back and just kind of matriculate it up the field.
Yeah, we're right at that point, under 5 minutes. It would still take some first downs to do it, but yeah, the Cougars are in control right here, 4th and 7.
Yeah, Appleton City, did they take that timeout? Yes. Yeah, so that even loses their ability to stop the clock as much. And so huge play here. They got their varsity, junior varsity, and middle school all huddled up there to hear what's going on.
Cash Anderson back in for the 4th down play. Williams moves over to that left tight end position. They have a stacked receivers on the left. Bach rolling to his left, quarterback keeper. Pursuit from behind by Derling.
Oh.
Bach falls forward. It's going to depend on the spot.
Oh, we got 2 different spots here. Oh, that's a tough spot.
Let's see the end of that play as Bach falls forward. And, boy, he has the ball in his right arm.
You know, the fans here, they hate that spot.
They're going quick to the line. Bach takes the snap, gives it to Anderson up the middle. And Anderson gets a gain of 6, brings up 2nd and 4.
I mean, now you know this is the drive, right? This is the game-defending drive right here. Right?
Unless they score, then the next one is.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, you know, this is, Appleton City is not a quick-moving offense here, and they're content to chew up clock themselves, putting them in a position where they have. I mean, this is it. They got to score on this drive here.
Bach hands it to Anderson again. Anderson gets enough for a 1st down, wrapped up, and the clock will stop as they reset the chains. It may be a little slower to move the chains this time. What are they waiting on?
Yeah, they're just clearing it.
Ref winds the clock. Every second's important now. Same formation for the Bulldogs. Anderson in the backfield. Lead blocker to the right. Anderson goes right up the middle and pushes through all the way for a touchdown for the Bulldogs.
I mean, he had, again, it was one of those situations where he was pretty much untouched, and then when Cannon got a hold of him at the end, he just ran Cannon backwards a few yards and jumped into the end zone.
4-point lead now for the Bulldogs. 2-point conversion attempt. Anderson going downhill. Looks like he's stuffed short. Does he get enough? No, he's stopped. And so a 4-point lead now for the Bulldogs. 3:38 left to play.
That was a big stop, right? If they would have got that 2-point conversion, then if we would have scored, we would have tied the game or needed a 2-point conversion to win. Now we just get that touchdown and we win outright.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, huge stop there, right at the goal line too. And I don't think the coach is happy about it. He's there discussing with the officials about whether he was in.
Yeah, I mean, he got that call earlier where their quarterback, you remember, where he kind of landed on the ground and kind of almost rolled the ball into the end zone there, parallel with the goal line. Refs are still talking about it back there. I mean, they're not going to change their mind, of course. The play's been called. So Cougars offense.
I don't know if I've seen that before after a touchdown, the other team comes all the way on the field to huddle. Is that customary?
I mean, that's where I've seen them huddle throughout the game. You know, they just come out and meet their players. But again, I mean, it's cool. They get all the guys out there listening in.
All right, kickoff for the Bulldogs. They've been trying these squib kicks. The Cougars have 7 up. Hard kick gets through that initial line and goes out of bounds. Flag on the play for the illegal kick.
So, again, I don't quite know where they move it to. Is it the 25?
I think it will be the...
Or to the 30?
I'm not sure.
So it went out of bounds at the 31.
At the 21. That's always the confusing thing.
Yeah, 21. Yep. So is it a 5-yard penalty?
I don't think the Cougars would want them to re-kick because these onside kicks are dangerous. I think they'll take whatever spot they get.
Yeah. So it's spotted then at the 25. I think that's what the penalty is.
Okay, at the 25, and they're starting on the right hash. 3:38 left to play. Appleton City with a 4-point lead over the New Heights Christian Academy Cougars.
So
Anderson Smith playing center now for the Cougars as Tate Angel went out with a knee injury. Derlin in the backfield with Decker. 2 receivers to the left. Decker keeps and gets stuffed at the line. Gets a 1-yard gain, bringing up 2nd and long.
I mean, there's plenty of time on the clock, right? You can move the ball down the field. You're not in a rush, right? You're just trying to get that next play. So Logan running that keeper, gaining a yard, keeping the defense honest.
Decker alone in the backfield, 4 wide receivers. Takes the shotgun snap quickly out to Miller. Miller receives, good block by Sullivan, and a nice gain by Miller brings up 3rd and 4.
Yeah, Cougars like that play. They like that play, getting it out to Miller on the outside, Sullivan getting the block. Had a couple passes that just weren't dialed in, but that one was a good pass. And again, enough to gain. Really kind of keep that ball moving, about 5 yards on that play.
All right, 3rd down play here for the Cougars upcoming. Decker alone in the backfield again, 4 wide receivers out. Decker takes the snap. Good hands by Derling. That's enough for a 1st down. And the clock will stop as they reset the chains.
A great pass and good catch by Levi, still fighting for those extra yards. Good to see him back out there after he cramped on the last offensive possession. Back out there on offense, good sure-handed catch. And to move those chains and to bring the ball really close to midfield.
Two backs, back with Decker. Hand off to Derling, rushing to the left. Derling gets a block from Miller, and out of bounds, enough for another 1st down.
Great run. Get that outside edge. He's so quick. He's got so much speed. He's able to do it. That coach over there for Appleton City, he's got words for that ref. He's thinking maybe he missed a call or something like that. You know, again, Appleton City is state ranked here. They're 8th in the state. We have the same record, 3-1, coming into this game. Huge game for both teams here.
1:49 on the clock. Decker in the gun with Miller behind him. Miller gets the handoff, pushing up the middle, and right at the marker of the line to gain. Looks like it's a 1st down.
Should be enough for a 1st down. Yeah, good spot there. Yeah, they're moving the chains. There. So 1:44 left on the clock. You've got 31 yards to go to the end zone.
The clock has restarted.
You don't want to put yourself in a position where you can only take shots.
Miller and Derling in the backfield again with Decker. Decker takes the snap, hands to Derling. Derling pushing forward for a short gain. And now we got to think about who's going to use timeouts because the Cougars don't want to get to the spot where they are out of time.
Interesting to me, they do not, I kind of thought that was a play maybe where they would take a timeout, but no timeout called on this one.
Quickly to the line. 2nd and 8. Decker with some time in the backfield.
Get out of bounds.
Finds Miller, and that's enough for a 1st down. Clock will stop. 45 seconds on the official clock.
45 seconds on the clock.
Good catch and play. Cannon turned back up into the field, and now they're going to take a timeout. Yeah, Cannon took a turn, played back into the field. You kind of like to see him head out of bounds, but maybe the defender, there wasn't enough space for him to do that anyways before he would have been tackled.
Yeah, the 1st down stops the clock, so that gave him enough time to at least make the decision.
Ball's going to be right on the 20. 45 seconds. Cougars will have now 2 timeouts left. Man, what an opportunity for the program, what an opportunity for the school to have Appleton City, who's, you know, been a juggernaut for several years, at home on homecoming, to have such a statement win after that kind of heartbreaking loss against Greenfield 2 weeks ago.
Decker in the backfield with Durling. Cronowit and Sullivan to the right. Miller to the left. Decker rolls to his right, looks downfield, has Sullivan. Sullivan catches it and then fumbles out of bounds.
What?
And the play is ruled incomplete. It looked like he caught that and turned. Let's look at that on replay.
No, he definitely caught that. That is a bad call. The fans here are letting him know as well. But, I mean, he had clear possession. He made several steps before he fumbled it out of bounds. Just to call it an incomplete pass is that's a bad call. That's just a bad call. Man, you hate to see that.
Well, it's hard to see from up here whether he had clean possession, but he definitely, from our view, he looks like he catches it and turns it upfield. If the defender has a hand in there, forcing him to not have clean possession.
I don't think he did. No, that was clean.
Yeah, you can see that Sullivan wasn't able to bring it in, so he brings it down, and the defender, Sam Setzer, number 11, gets his hand in, on his right hand in, and obviously something caused Sullivan to lose control of it. It just determined when he lost it. Was it before the catch or after the catch? And the ruling on the field was
bad call.
He lost it before the catch, bringing up second down, 38 seconds left in the game.
Well, and the Cougars just burned a timeout. So now they only have 1 timeout left.
Decker rolls back, gets some room.
Get out of bounds.
And right at the first down line, out of bounds. And it is enough for a first down.
So they tried to bring the blitz that time, and you blitzed the wrong guy. Logan able to pick it up and get to the outside and get us a 1st and goal on the 8-yard line. 35 seconds left. 1 timeout. So this opens up the playbook a little bit, right? You can run, maybe get 1 or 2 runs in there, possibly, in the time allotted. You don't have to go for the pass on this. Can the Cougars finish this drive?
Yeah, we saw what 13 seconds left can do for the last time. So we definitely want to score. 3 to the right. Decker in the shotgun. Miller to the left. Decker buys time. Looking to the left for Miller. Over the middle. Ball's deflected and intercepted in the end zone by the Bulldogs. 28 seconds remaining. That should do it. Decker tried to force that to a player that was covered.
So he's got Corbin coming back across the field, matching him. He called for it, and just the pass was underthrown just enough that it was tipped up in the air, and a heads-up play by the other defender to intercept that pass.
The Cougars just have 1 timeout remaining, so they'll likely...
I don't even know if they'll burn it.
They'll likely just try to down the ball, the Bulldogs will, to run the game out.
Man, that's tough. After such a great drive, to have that tip play, and that'll end it.
Cougars will let it run.
Man, that's tough.
So after being down 24-0, the Cougars scored 50 points to the Bulldogs 24. I'm sorry, to the Bulldogs 30. But those first 24 obviously were enough to win by 4. What a finish to the game. Obviously, we'd have liked to come out of here with a win, but just a great game, great high school football game.
Hey, listen, if you're the Cougars, there's plenty to be proud of. I mean, this is a state-ranked team. They're a juggernaut. And I would say for good portions of the game, if not the majority of the game, you guys were the Cougars were the superior team. Right? They were able to offensively, defensively, special teams, they were able to do what they needed to do to keep everything tight. And good sportsmanship here. You can see Corbin trying to gather everybody up for a closing prayer, which has kind of become a tradition of New Heights Cougar football. But, man, that last play, I know Logan's going to be rethinking that a bunch of times. You know, you didn't need to get it in the end zone on that first play. You know, you had 4 downs, 38 seconds, and a timeout. And that broken play, and he just tried to create out of it, and it just wasn't there. And Appleton City comes up with a big play. But plenty to be proud of. Plenty to be proud of if you're the Cougars. You showed that you can roll with top teams from the state, hold your own, and do good. And so I know they're going to have a lot to talk about. Cougars' upcoming schedule, we have another home game, our last home game of the year next week against another state-ranked team, Plattsburgh, followed by another state-ranked team, Lockwood, then at Jasper, and then at Drexel, which is another state-ranked team. And so, you know, this is the test, right? There's plenty more of opportunities for the Cougars to continue to show how far they've come as a program and how good they are as players. And so plenty to be proud of tonight. You just wish it would have ended just tip to our player instead of their player.
All right, that will close it out from here. We'll send you out with the recap of the second half. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back here next week for another home game.